Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Gemma here from Potato Jam Pole Dancer. I have 3 elegant beginner leg-based spins for you guys today. They all involve an element of leg grip. The better the leg grip, the more easier it is to hold the spin. There are many ways to improve your leg grip, and one way is by wearing sticky leggings. I've got some on by Superfly Honey today. If you would like a pair, you can look in the description box below and you can use the link to get 10% off your first Superfly Honey leggings. So the first spin is called a leap spin. I just named it that. It doesn't really have an official name that I know of. So firstly, you want to be on the side of the pole. You want to get a nice forearm grip. So your elbow will be on one side and your hand will be on the other. And you want to twist into the pole and push into it to get a nice grip all along your forearm. You want to keep your elbow nice and close, tucked in, squeezing your pec. Your other hand, your outside arm will go over. And then what you want to do is you can start with your inside leg on the pole and then push away with the outside leg. So it will look something like this. So when I bring my leg up, I bring it around maybe just below hip level. And then when I launch off, I pull the pole down with my top arm, push away with my forearm, and I lean into the pole. So again, lift up my leg, pull the pole down with my arm, push away with my forearm, launch off with my outside leg, launch and lean into the pole. My back leg is working hard to keep up. So it is this muscle here. You want to squeeze your glute to keep it nice and elevated, almost like a stag spin leg. If you want a challenge, then you can step with your outside leg and then launch off, lifting your inside leg into the pole after you're already lifted into the air. So if I step with my outside, bring my inside leg up. Okay, I'll do it from here. I'm keeping my shoulder down. It's not up high, it's down, and I'm already tilted towards the pole. Step with my outside, bring my inside into the pole, leaning into the pole like this. My top tip is to definitely lean into the pole, getting that contact here on the front of your inside leg's thigh. Tilting also helps you to bring that leg up higher. It gives the illusion that you're lifting it up higher when you tilt. So let's do it all together. When I step forward with my outside leg, I bend my inside to make it easier. You can keep it straight. I just find it's easier to bend it first to get it into a spot where I can feel secure. And then after I've got it in the right spot, then I'll straighten it out. If you find that your forearm grip is sliding and coming off the pole inwards, then I would suggest remembering to pull up with the top arm too, so it's not just all in the bottom arm. That would take the weight off. Sometimes if you're putting too much pressure, it will slip forward like that. If it's slipping out to this side, I would suggest working on bringing it lower so it's not up high like that and vulnerable to slipping that way. and also engaging your pec muscle. You can almost have your elbow tucked into your side as well when you are in the full movement. It's almost propped up right here, so it's not going to be moving anywhere. And when you lean into the pole, it also gives that extra ability to keep your elbow in when it is placed right here. So when you tilt, your elbow will make contact with this hip bone here. The next spin is something I like to call a flamingo spin because it reminds me of a flamingo, how they put their leg like this. So to start the flamingo spin, you want to reach up as high as you can, get on your tippy toes, and the grip we'll be using is, I believe it's called a half bracket grip. And in a half bracket grip, we want to reach up high, okay? Wrap our hand around the pole so our pinky is turned towards our ear, and you want to pull the pole down and you want to push away with your outside arm. You want to place your outside arm where it feels like it can get the most leverage to push away while still keeping your wrist relatively straight. Otherwise it will be like kind of bent like that or like that, which is what we don't want. Okay. So we want to step with our inside leg, and as we do, we want to bring our outside leg around to the front of the pole and grip it in this knee pit. You want to get the grip right behind the knee as much as you can, rather than at an angle. But it all depends on your ability to rotate the leg. It's a very weird movement to do. Stepping with the inside leg, outside arm comes across, step, swing the outside leg across to the front of the pole, squeeze, and then bring the inside leg behind the pole. And take your arm off if you can. So you may have noticed I just slid down a little bit then. It's because I didn't get it nice and deep into the back of my knee, but I have some top tips to help you with that. So to get it into the back of your knee as deep as you can, you want to be able to do this movement. You want to try and get it as flat as you can, like this. I have to help myself because I can't actually do that. But the better you can do this, the more grip you can get behind the knee. Secondly, when you are about to hook this knee, you want to push away with your outside hand to give you that space. So I'll show you what I mean. So I'm pushing away, and it gives me time to position my leg to hook the pole. And this whole time I'm squeezing like crazy with my outside knee pit. And lastly, to hold this move with a better grip, this inside leg, when it comes across behind the pole, it will be pushing forwards into the pole. So your top thigh is getting that nice grip. And when you do push with your inside leg forwards into the pole with your top thigh, it increases the grip going into the back of your outside knee. So our inside leg comes across and pushes forwards. That is also increasing the grip for us to be able to let go of our outside hand. You may have also noticed that you spin like crazy when you start to bring your inside leg behind the pole. So to prevent this, you don't want to really swing your outside leg into the move. If anything, don't spin at all, because just stepping forward with the inside leg will have you spinning with a spin pole that we have here. So I'll show you what it looks like when we swing our outside leg. And now I'll show you what it looks like when I don't swing my outside leg and I simply just step into the move. Secondly, when we do bring our inside leg behind the pole, you don't want to swing it out and around like in a circle. You kind of just want to bring it down diagonally, like in a straight line down behind the pole. So if we're here, we don't want to go swing and behind. We want to go just down like that behind the pole. Straight down like that. If I were to go swing, I will make myself spin faster. The key to this move is to just do it very slowly. So when we're bringing our outside leg up, we're doing so very slowly, pushing away with our outside arm, nice and controlled, bringing this up. And when we swing the inside leg down, we want to bring it down very slowly. Okay, so stepping into it. Like that. The next move is a ballerina variation, one of my favorite moves. You want to stand behind the pole, and whichever arm you want to be your top arm, you want to lean to that side of the pole. So I want my right arm to be my top arm because I'm dominant right-handed. So I'm going to lean to the right, chest down, okay? Now, I'm going to turn my chest away from the pole so I can reach up with my dominant hand to start with. Next, your inside leg is going to bend. Before we do that, we want our inside arm to be down on the pole, not too high like this, just keeping our shoulder nice and neutral. Trigger finger is down. Our inside leg can now bend because we've got a nice secure grip with our hands. Next, we want to bring our inside leg towards our outside leg. And now we are going to turn this way, the opposite way, and push off our outside leg here. So inside leg comes in, inside leg pushes out, and we push off our outside leg. We're pushing this inside leg into the pole to then allow us to take off our inside arm. We can bring our knees back in to get down. We can straighten our legs, bring our feet together, lift up. For any ballerina move, we need to have good thoracic rotation. So we need to be able to turn with our upper back, keeping our hips squared, so facing forwards. like this. So you can work on your thoracic rotation, strength and flexibility in order to become more equipped at doing a ballerina. Because if you don't have that rotation to be able to turn your chest away, you're going to put more strain on your shoulder. Okay, so if I was here, my shoulder is now twisted up, but if I can turn my chest away from the pole, it's not twisted. So if you do have the mobility, I would encourage you to turn your chest away from the pole so you can reach up. Almost like you're trying to get your chest facing outwards and towards the ceiling. Not really towards the ceiling, but you're pushing in that direction. Make sure you're leaning down. Otherwise, if you're leaning up, it's going to be harder to bring your knee in. So, leaning down, bring your knee in, and then go out. To get the momentum you need for this move, you want to really exaggerate, pushing your inside leg in as much as you can until you can't anymore, and then pushing it out really fast whilst pushing off with the outside leg. So again, bring your inside leg in until you can't anymore, push out. When you do push out, you can also swing your head out as well. And lastly, my top tip is to push into the pole with your inside thigh. You don't necessarily need this contact point, but having as many contact points as you can make the move just easier for yourself and take the load off your arms. So, if we are here, our knee is bent on our inside leg, we're pushing into the pole to hold our position, to take off our outside arm.